Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Have you ever got pulled over?
No, because I'm holding a microphone.
Yeah, because you can't hold a mobile phone, but you can.
I don't think you can hold a microphone on either. I think it would confuse the coppers.
We're singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
But we're on the debrief, and that is the voice of Dilruk, Jayasinha, the person who first on the debrief.
Was I?
Yeah.
Oh, what an honour.
What an
That's
honour.
a huge honour.
And the second guest was Cal Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Which we have been talking a lot about because she passed away, and we were both friends with her. And I'm sure everyone knows now. It's very tragic, but
it's one of the most beyond devastating and actually confusing. I'm just very, I don't know. I'm still a bit frozen by it all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I think it's
recent,
just,
and also she was so young and healthy.
Yeah, and beloved by literally everyone.
There's so many examples of people like me and you that have health.
Yeah, I had a heart attack last year. We haven't talked about that on the pod since
No, we
then.
haven't. That's an amazing story. But you're still alive. Regular correspondent on this podcast, Brad Oakes, still alive. Greg Fleet, I've been on heroin off and on, still alive. But Cal was so healthy, didn't drink.
Didn't even drink coffee. Her running joke with me is we'd go trying to find the best sort of, you know what teh tarik is? The Asian milk tea, like a Thai milk tea.
Oh, did you like that?
Yeah, we both love it. So we'd go around the city and, trying to find our favorite ones and then text each other about. So when I found out that she passed away, that was my way of honoring her, was to go get a teh tarik. I broke my nutritionist's diet by having a sweet drink.
Mentioning the different ways, I played some They Might Be Giants, which was her favourite band.
I
love They Might Be Giants too. And that's the thing I bonded with Cal over was music.
Yeah.
She had great taste, and her taste was slightly alternative. So
interesting.
That and cats, actually. I'm a big cat person.
Are you a cat guy?
Yeah, I got two cats.
Wow.
I love cats.
Yeah,
and,
she had Pirate and Barnacle, the cats that met. You met them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I met them once. Before they were famous, actually. I gotta say.
Before they were TikTok famous.
Yeah, now they're a bit on... Because my wife says, Cal's cats are so funny on... Because Cal does the voiceover thing, doesn't she?
Yeah. No, she's just one of those things that when people who when now this has happened, there's so many tributes and stuff that went on social media, and it was amazing to me that the way I had my thing with her with the milk tea, she had music with some people or a particular maybe drag race with someone else.
She
or
loves
crafting,
craft stuff.
But with each person, she had her own little connection with them,
true.
and she was one of those people that. Literally, I've not met anyone who had a bad thing to say about her.
Really nice.
And just cracking stand-up and just an amazing talent and just one of those absolutely cruel twists of fate that, my heart goes out to her partner, her husband, and her son, who I was lucky enough to tour with.
You spent a time with them, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Singapore, and Cal and I were doing gigs in Singapore and Hong Kong. And so I actually got to bond with her husband and son as well, because we went to Disneyland and Universal Studio and stuff. So I could
imagine you liking Disney. I can imagine you at Disneyland getting excited.
Me, I'm massive. That year I went to 3 different Disneylands. How's that?
Oh, well, we'll just list them. Which ones?
So what were they? They were Hong Kong.
Yeah, cool.
They were Paris.
Oh, you've been to that one. Yeah.
And there was one more that I can't remember unless I am mixing
Japan?
No, shit.
America?
Maybe, you know what? No. I think it was just 2.
All right.
But there was a Universal Studios that I think I'm counting as a 3rd. Sorry.
Yes.
But anyway, I love theme parks, and and so apologies to the listeners if we both sound a little not as bubbly as we normally are.
No.
Well,
we've just done a gig, and when you do stand-up, it does take you out of yourself in a way. I remember doing stand-up after my dad passed away.
Right.
And it was a good release. kind of just to get on stage and
just a bit
forget about it for a minute.
Yeah,
I felt tonight, I was thinking of Cal before I went on.
Yeah.
Then after I went on, but during, you're just in the moment, I suppose.
Yeah, it's funny. I find people have asked me, have you ever like the stress from your day to day get ever taken onto stage? And I'm like, so rare. Like I can't think of, honestly, when I'm on stage, it's like a whole reset to the day.
Yes.
And I am not thinking about anything else other than the people in front of me and how to make them laugh or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I've had the opposite happen where there's a bad gig that I've taken into real life.
Yes, exactly. It's so
Absolutely.
true. You go to bed and then you wake up the next day going, oh, fuck.
Mate, I had a gig that was so bad. It was September 21st, 2013. I remember the date.
Wow.
A Saturday.
That's a long time ago, though.
Yeah, that's why.
That's
10
10
years ago. And it's etched into my brain. Well, the date is specifically etched into my brain because it was my 3rd year anniversary of my first gig.
So what was the gig?
It was at the Comics Lounge. And it's my home dojo, as
you started there.
Yeah, as Ivan Aristogeta says, that's my home dojo. That's where I formed a lot of my skills and stuff like that. And it was the first time I was getting paid to do a spot there, and I was really happy. And I remember the headliner was Fiona Loughlin.
And was it a Saturday night?
Saturday night. Joel Creasy was
Brutal.
emceeing. So it was this amazing setup, and I was in this super grateful headspace. And I, at the first 7 minutes of the show, I reckon was my strongest start to a gig I've ever had. Because I was so relaxed and comfortable and in this space of being so grateful. And then I got cocky. And I was like, they're eating out of the palm of my hands. I ought to try some new material here.
Oh, wow.
And I try again, because I'm 3 years into it thinking, I'm top shit. And it doesn't go well. In fact, it goes so badly. In my head, I thought, this will be about 5 minutes. If it doesn't go well, I still have like 8 minutes left on the set, I can win them back. And, mate, I never won them back. And
How long did you have to do?
20. I was doing the support spot. And it was my first time doing support as well, And I remember feeling so bad to even get the payment that night.
Yeah,
Because I was like, oh, no, I don't feel like I deserve it. And I was just felt so horrible about it on the Saturday that I was still working as an accountant back then. Yeah. And I couldn't go to work on that Monday morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I called in sick because I was
really affected you.
Really affected me because it was weird, this thought I had, which was in my head. I was like, if I get out of the doona, then the gig exists. But if I stay under the doona, then it's just in my head, And
unfortunately, the truth of the matter is that no one of that gig would have even remembered.
That's
by that
what
point.
I thought. But then 4 years later, I was back at the lounge and this woman comes up to me and she goes, oh, you've improved heaps. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. That's a weird way of saying that.
Yeah, you're
like,
good.
Oh, no, I'm referencing, like the last time I saw you here, it was, oh, man, I'm sorry. But like, even tonight when you walked on, I told my husband, oh, no, this is going to be bad. So we think that we're not ruined, but it was such a spectacular bomb that I think that's how much it was etched into her brain. But here's the lesson, though. I swear, ever since then, I've never bombed at the lounge on a weekend because I now know how to respect that.
Yeah, you got to do best of.
You got to do your best
hard
of.
And fast, kind
you
of.
can't take them for granted. Like, even though I was 7 minutes in smashing it, at the time for me smashing, in hindsight, it was probably fine.
What did Dan or Grant Lee, the guys at Runner,
Mate,
say?
here's the worst part. Both of them were at the footy that night. So
that's good.
No, but it was almost worse that they got wind of it.
They got report
of it rather than actually being there. Being like, because at least
it went well.
First one went great, and so it took me about 10 years, but I finally listened back to the audio of it.
Oh my god!
And it's pretty painful. It's very painful.
Brave.
Well, I think it's brave or egomaniac. I don't know which one.
Did you do it after you found out that you were going on MasterChef or something real good news? All right, I've had some great news.
I can now finally listen back.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on Tesla. I can fucking listen to that back.
As they were announcing the Logie, I just started listening to back. I was just listening to that.
Sorry, guys. I was just listening to my bad gigs.
My bad gigs.
That's true. I forgot you won a Logie.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people have, actually. Even the Logies themselves.
Glenn Robbins is... never won a Logie.
Well, he's got to work harder, doesn't he?
Yes. Well, he's sort of semi-retired. So go on.
Can I give you a great Glenn Robbins story?
Yeah.
So I did a podcast recently called The Imperfects.
He loves The Imperfects.
He loves The Imperfects.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been very sweet and messaging me saying that it was a really
it's a
great
huge
chat.
podcast.
Huge podcast.
It's not like this one.
I know, you know, everything's got
Well, it's
its
often
place.
you see it often in the top 5, the Imperfects.
Mate, it's a cracking podcast, and I love those guys. I was a fan of the pod before I was lucky enough to go on as a guest. Anyway, mate, I've done it. It's come out. People are messaging. It's really nice. And then suddenly on my phone, like it's ringing, and it pops up Glenn Roberts.
Oh, the King.
I didn't even know I had his number in there, right?
Yeah.
So that's how little contact I have with the King.
Yeah.
And suddenly he calls, and I'm like, oh, hey, man. And he's like, hey, Glenn here. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, just want to say, you know, and he's very complimentary about the Imperfects. And we chatted for about 10 minutes and stuff about it. And, you know, he was being very, very sweet and complimentary and very specific in his compliments.
Yeah, because he loves that podcast.
Yeah, he's so great. But here's the classic. At the end, he goes, anyway, mate, look, I got to go. This phone call is obviously a big moment for you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm what they call in the business a legend, a doyen. I don't know what, not doyen, but some word like that. An icon, a legend. So this is a big moment for you. So enjoy it. But also, I've noticed you're getting too good. So stay the fuck out of my lane, all right?
Oh, yeah, yes.
And then he hung up. Honestly, probably one of the greatest moments in my comedy career. I reckon that call, that phone call was just amazing. I can't believe it.
You love a phone call from when I hosted the panel again. Something that's been forgotten. I hosted the panel twice.
Did you? So that you replaced Tom Gleisner?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I would go on at not a fair bit, but a little bit, and I hosted twice. After the first time I hosted, I'm sitting in this pub waiting for my friend to turn up, and the phone rings, block number. I'm like, hello, and he goes, David, it's Bert Newton here.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, nah, who is it really? I thought it was, someone taking the piss. No, it's Bert. And I go, fuck, it is. It's him. It sounds like him. He goes, you were great last night. Changed nothing, David. Anyway, I have to go. And I'm just like, fucking hell, Bert Newton just rang me.
That's huge.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
It was great.
Who were you? Did you have... Okay, so that's a good example of like a fanboy moment, right?
Oh, that's...
But what else have you had in terms of, whether it's music, anyone you met on Speaks and Specs?
Oh, yeah, like Peter Garrett from Midnight Oil. Who I loved Midnight Oil when I was at school.
Oh, wow.
And I showed him my year 10 folder, which had his picture on the front. Like a poster, a poster thing.
Yeah. It's not like, love heart. You cut it up.
No, the girls were on the inside. Don't know about that, but the boys, I had Who
were the girls on the inside?
Annabelle Lynn from Bow Wow Wow.
Mama Cass.
Bow Wow Wow? Mama Cass.
Sorry, the only reason I picked that name is I was trying to think of an older
pretty hot in the old days, Mama Cass.
Sure. Well, her song, Make Your Own Kind of Music, is almost like my every morning when I'm making a cup of coffee, I listen to it.
Oh, wow.
Because during lockdown, it was... sorry, I'm derailing
but you probably
story.
don't... See, I remember you telling once in Sri Lanka, you didn't get a lot of the alternative music.
No.
So Bow Wow Wow had some very big hits in Australia, but maybe 2 hits.
Okay.
But they were like, they're like Duran Duran or something, but not as big. And then I had also the girl from Altered Images, which is another alternative.
Like, see, all these are names that I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Anyone over 50 that was into music in Australia would know. They were a Scottish band with Claire Grogan? Yeah, she was...
Grogan?
Claire Grogan? Was that her name?
Isn't Grogan like when you take a shit?
Oh, maybe. Claire Grogan? She was gorgeous. She was in the movie Gregory's Girl, too, anyway.
Oh, wow.
It's a long time ago.
This is all
it's a long
flying
time
over
ago.
my head, yeah. So how did you handle meeting Peter Garrett? Did you stay chill? Or were you
I was very excited. Very excited. No, I tried to stay chill. But, he was a minister in the government at that time.
At that point.
So he had handlers and stuff, and it was just like a bit weird.
Right.
Because some of those guys would turn up. It was like when I did radio. Some of those guys would turn up, like Ice-T, for example.
Oh, wow.
Turns up with like 10 people.
The entourage.
Yeah, the massive entourage.
Yeah, and they're going to pay for all their flights and everything.
Yeah, that's why they don't make any money, those guys. Whereas Michael Jackson's brother, Jermaine, he just wandered in by himself.
Tito or whatever. Jermaine, all right. He wandered in by himself.
I think he just caught the tram there. Cyndi Lauper
he moonwalked there.
Cyndi Lauper had like 10 people.
Really?
But no, I do get excited. I get excited. Trying to remember what comics. Oh yeah, I met Alexi Sale. So I loved all those British comics. Alexi Sale and the guys from the Young Ones.
Rick Mail, right?
And Adrian Edmondson, who played Vivian.
So you met Rick Mail?
Yeah, I met Rick Mail.
That's amazing. See, I never got into Young Ones. I know it's Celia Pacola's favorite show growing up, I believe.
I
love
the Young Ones.
I know Rick Mail from Blackadder.
Yeah,
he played
great.
Lord Flashheart and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like,
Blackadder's funny.
Blackadder is so
Baldrick?
funny.
Don't bring it up around Ronnie Chang. He hates Blackadder. He used to go about the repeats of Blackadder all the time on the ABC.
So he hates Blackadder?
Well, he always mentions it.
Really?
I don't know. Anyway, you ask him.
Or maybe Mr. Bean specifically.
Oh, no. Mr. Bean.
Might be Mr.
So
Bean.
I tell you what, though, you watch Mr. Bean. They have it on in the dentist. I don't know why when I go. It's funny.
It's very good,
Mate,
man.
it's great.
Honestly, it's one of those ones that you go, it's genius that they knew if it's not language based, it'll go global.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It's big in the Arab Emirates and stuff.
Mate, it's huge in Sri Lanka.
Is it?
So, on stage, I don't know if you noticed when I perform, there's certain bits that
You do a bit of Mr. Bean.
Bit of my face, I do a little bit
Yeah,
of
you
thing.
do.
And that's purely because I used to stand in front of the mirror trying to be like Mr. Bean and Jim Carrey. And I would pull all these faces trying to be like them.
Love Mr. Bean.
So I think Mr. Bean is brilliant. Like, again, me and comedian Tommy Dasilo, we were considering doing a Mr. Bean rewatch podcast where we watch every episode and talk about it.
There's not that many.
Not many episodes.
No.
We do the rewatch, but it's called Flicking the Bean.
Oh, you should do it.
And then we lead up to the film, which is the flick, and you watch Mr. Bean. I think the flick.
It.
Yeah, maybe we can still do it, Flicking the Bean.
I think Mr. Bean is timeless. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
There was a rumor he was going to do more. I read in the paper.
Well, didn't he do a cameo at the Olympics or something like that? Yeah.
Yes.
No, I think he's brilliant. You know who you should see is a guy called James Acaster. Right?
I know. I've seen that.
You've seen the routine he does about...
Yeah, his girlfriend left him for Mr. Bean.
His girlfriend left him for Rowan Atkinson.
Unbelievable.
And it's honestly one of the best specials, I reckon, that's out there.
I got to watch that.
It's a 2 hour... The problem is 2 hours. There's a break.
Right. I got to drive to Sale tomorrow. That's a 2.5 hour drive. Put it on.
Perfect. And the thing is, it's on Vimeo though. You have to pay $5 or something like that. But no, it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Because I love I've only watched a bit of him, but I really liked him. I thought he was really funny.
It's one of the best stand-up.
He comes on with those sunglasses on. And
and he has a go.
Funny.
But Ricky Gervais and stuff.
Yes, he go Ricky Gervais.
So good, man.
He's funny,
mate.
I like him.
Yeah, so I definitely like.
I think he was in a band. Was he?
Who, James Acaster?
I think he was a drummer in a band. If I'm getting it right,
maybe.
Getting it wrong.
They say that drummers make great comics because of
Tom
come back
Gleason.
to timing.
Tom Gleason.
What's his
Tommy
name?
Daslow.
Steve. Tommy Daslow.
He's a drummer.
The great drummer.
Oh, he drums.
He does. In fact, Tommy and I, we sang when the Dum Dum Club, his podcast.
I've seen the footage. What song was it?
Boom Shake the Room.
Yeah, well, you were good. That was in
Thailand, in Koh Samui.
I don't know why I watched that footage, but I watched the whole thing.
It's pretty. You know what? I stumbled on it recently, and honestly, it was a good time.
It was good.
It's a fucking good time. And I had long hair at that point as well.
Yeah, I remember.
So I was bopping my head hard. Speaking of old footage, when are we getting back the Dave show? And
with me and you. Well,
it's because I played the character of the milk bar owner, or the guy who ran it.
Albert.
It's so much fun. In fact, you know what? I've been doing Instagram Reels recently, right?
Yeah.
Trying to put more videos out there. But obviously I'm running out of stand-up clips. So I want I should just start cutting up some old acting bits I've done.
Yeah.
If you've got footage of that, I'd love to.
I've got it. I've got the whole thing. I'll send it to you.
If you don't mind me.
I'm
not breaking any contractual rules that I signed.
I own it. I actually own that half hour.
Yeah.
That's funny. One of the dads at high school, because when kids start high school, they're all new parents and stuff, and he's like, "What happened to your show? Oh, there was quite a few episodes, wasn't there?" I'm like, "No, there was one."
There was one.
There was
one great
mate.
episode, though.
Yeah, it was a good
I think
episode.
it probably feels like multiple because there was some great vignettes. You know what I mean?
There was a lot in that. Glenn was in
yeah.
it. There was a lot in that.
Glenn
I'm going
was
to put
in-
it up. I've got it now. I should put it up just somewhere for free.
Man. And then there's a great interaction with Hickey.
Geraldine's
she's
funny.
a big fan of Glenn
Brendan
Robbins.
Favola's in there.
Fev's in it. He plays,
Thornton. Thornton's great.
Who's Thornton in it? He's
Thornton's
the dad?
the fitness police.
Yes.
Because he's a great actor.
Yes.
Oh, mate.
Emily Tahini plays your wife.
My wife.
Yeah. It's really great.
When you Google my wife, her photo comes up. It's hilarious.
Mate, are you all right to drop me? I feel bad because we're kind
No,
of...
I'll drive you into this. Where do you live?
We're in the city.
Ballarat? What?
No, we're driving past
I'm
your house as
I'm
we're
driving
going, so I
past
do
you.
feel
No,
bad.
we can
Well, actually,
drop
because
you
we're
off.
doing the pod, I don't feel that
No,
bad. Because
you're
it's like,
doing me a
okay,
favour.
yes, we're doing
me a
content.
favour.
But yeah, no,
I'll send it to you because I've got a link there. You can.
Yeah, please do, because it was a lot of fun. I think there's a line in it that you and I still quote. I mean, when I call you, we go, there he is, Father of the Year.
Father of the Year. Man, I wrote more episodes.
Did
so,
you?
Yeah, you're in
Doesn't
every
Albert
one.
and him go to Albert and you go to gig out of town?
Oh yeah, we do. No, what we'd go to a me and you go to a they're opening a McDonald's this is sort of a semi-true story. They're opening a McDonald's protest. They're opening a McDonald's. They have a protest in the park about McDonald's. And me and you are big fans of McDonald's.
Right.
And so we go there. And so I get out to make a speech. Everyone's cheering. Then someone goes, he's got McDonald's wrappers in the car. Yeah, no, you're in every episode.
Awesome.
And in the end, that episode, me and you were singing in the alleyway eating Macca's secretly because I don't want my wife to find out about it.
What's the song that we would have cleared?
And you drop a chip and you bend over. So it looks like you're giving me some kind of pleasure. and Thorno's character comes up behind and goes, disgusting. Or so, you know what I mean? Like, disgusting.
Well, it's good cardio.
Yes.
You know? Like
up
that
and down.
bobbing, yeah.
So I'm going
It's
to...
like a good core workout.
There's some funny stuff in there. But,
no, yeah.
you know, it's hard to get a show up.
Do you like action?
Yeah. Well, you just did Utopia.
Yes.
Me and my daughter watched every episode and you were great.
Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate
that. You
that.
know, my daughter's very angry at you for blocking Celia trying to get the boyfriend.
Well, I am too, to be honest. My character sometimes lets me down. Like, in the sense that I'm like, because you want to play a cool character, right? To be like, this is exciting. But my guy is so not cool.
What's his name, your character again?
Ashan De Silva.
So you had some very funny bits. One of the funniest bits that you had was when you did the phone gesture you were outside a window of an office gesturing to someone to take the phone call.
Okay.
That was to Seal. It was the same episode.
Oh, right.
We were saying, no, Celia, you got to take a phone call.
Yeah. That's
Stop
right.
talking to this guy.
Stop talking to the guy. Yeah.
That was funny.
Well, I get it. And I apologize to your daughter, Kitty, because I...
you remember her name. You're very good.
Madam. And I know your dad's name's Kevin.
That's it. You're very good.
Yeah. I don't know your mum's name.
Joyce.
Joyce
is still alive.
Oh, good on you, Joyce. I was mad at him because... Also, to be honest, I have had, as you can tell, I've had to defend myself a lot since that episode came out. A lot of people are angry.
Oh, that's funny. That's the one I remember. Is that the one with the scooter? Is that the one where you're riding the scooter and you?
No. That's a different episode.
Right.
But there's one even at the end where they go for a bike ride and then turns out my guy's standing there as well. And so, I wanted, Nat, Celia's character, to have love as well.
Yeah.
And the writers, get angry with the writers. Rob Sitch, Tom Gleisner, and Santo Chilaro. They wrote it. They made me a cock blocker.
Yeah, they did.
No, but it was one of the, since I joined, it was the best season, I reckon.
It's a great season.
And I think it might have to do with the fact that there was 4 years between innings.
Some of the stuff covered.
There was a sense that I actually didn't know there was going to go another round, you know what I mean?
No, everyone just thought that's it.
And I'm pretty sure they did too as well, right? Because it was just like, we did good 4 seasons, that'll do. And to come back, it felt like bonus. Do you know what I mean? And I think everyone came in with a sense of enthusiasm because no one thought it was going to happen again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and also every episode I text Dave Lawson or Limo about Limo is awesome in that role.
Great as Jim.
He's so great as Jim. Yeah. And Dave Lawson is just his ability. He makes me laugh with just a look.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's always been a funny guy.
He's a proper comic actor, and I just feel even Mike McLeish. I remember
he was great.
I had to text him one time.
He was the minister.
The minister, and he does a double take at one point where I think the storyline is where they're trying to create a Hollywood in Australia, Hollywood Down Under.
That's right.
And called Aussiewood, and then Dave Lawson's character goes, "Whatever you do, don't Google Aussiewood," and then shows a picture which we don't see, but the way McLeish kind of looks at it and looks like does a second take. Yeah. I'm like, man, if I tried to do that, it would look so hammy. But that subtle.
He's good.
His acting is so great. He started doing some stand-up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he was at the local laughs, and then he used to be Paul Keating.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He was great in that. That was Kenny the musical.
Yeah,
but also in between, he's filled in for the Scared Weird Little Guys.
Oh, that's right.
With Rusty on cruise
Rusty
ships.
Birthday,
He's been John.
Yeah.
So he's very talented.
He's a super talented guy and very lovely.
He was in the Seekers musical that I saw with my mother-in-law. That was a Christmas present.
Are you able to go straight here, or are you in the wrong lane?
Oh, you on this street?
No, you were one down, but like it's quicker if you instead of Lygon, because Lygon will be,
Not anymore.
a lot of
No, I'll
people
go
doing
down
that.
Rathdown.
Okay.
I'll go. Oh,
No.
I'm
Okay.
in the wrong line.
No, just do this.
Something's happening.
It's good. It's good fun. Do you want to tell
But-
people where we are for context? We're near the Tankerville, an iconic
Oh,
Melbourne
terrible
institution. Have
pub.
you ever drunk there? You don't really drink, do you?
Yeah, I've had to drink there.
Have you ever
been drunk?
Have you
yes.
been drunk?
Yeah,
like what?
yeah.
5 times?
If that.
If
maybe
that,
2
right?
Or 3.
Yeah, man. I love it. As someone who is a former alcoholic,
Oh,
I
I never really. I was always told the kids. Me and my twin brother were the same.
Yeah.
We would have preferred to get
Glenn?
Glenn. Very good. Bloody hell. We would have preferred to get a milkshake at the end of the night, and not a beer.
You guys are fucking rock and roll. You were playing in a band.
Yeah, we're going to Milkshake Girls.
And then you go, what are
think
you
that's
from?
why
What are
I
you
get-
from? Like from the 60s?
50s, yeah, like Happy Days.
Go to a diner afterwards.
Oh, I love that. Go to a diner.
And
get
how
a
good would a
milkshake.
diner with the fucking burger?
Oh,
That does
yum.
old school. Man,
I love old school
I'm on a
joints.
nutrition plan, but Jesus, I really could use a burger right now.
Oh.
The lamb was.
Would that be your favourite takeaway food, burgers? You reckon?
Nah, fried chicken, I reckon.
Oh, fried chicken.
So the reason I'm basing that is because I can give or take McDonald's now because I've had it so often.
Yeah.
Like, I do like nuggets and stuff, and I do like the occasional burger, but I'm like, I'm a bit
Yeah.
neutral about it.
Sure.
But KFC, I still crave
Wow.
it. And, the thing with McDonald's, have I ever told you that Sri Lanka's first McDonald's, I was one of the first 10 customers?
No.
Haven't I told you that? I was
That
one
is
of
a
the
great-
first 10
That is
customers
a great fact.
in McDonald's. It opened in 1998. I was 13 years old, and I believe it was a Thursday. So I asked Mum to take, if I can skip school so I can go to Macca's at 10 o'clock in the morning.
And
so
she said yes.
yeah. And I lined up, and I was one of the first 10. I went in, ordered a Big Mac meal and a McChicken. And then, imagine a 13-year-old by himself skipping school just to get burgers.
That's great.
No one, and also I ended up with a heart attack. I don't think they're connected though.
Have you mentioned that in your stand-up?
I think
Very
I
funny.
did. It's one of those ones that I did early on, and I think I need to revisit because
No, it's a very good fact.
because back then I think the only punchline I could get was like that I lived in a Muslim house, and until this McDonald's opened, like I was always like waiting. I was praying for it.
Yeah,
and so
right.
the punchline was everyone was facing Mecca, I was facing Macca's.
It's not too bad.
It's for someone in their fourth
Yeah.
year, second year, whatever it was. So I feel like I should revisit it because the story.
Definitely. It's amazing.
Yeah, I
Claim
think
to
though,
fame.
like to talk a bit of shop. I think next year I want to try and avoid talking health stuff because I talked so much about the heart attack last year.
Yeah,
and I'm a bit like,
yeah.
like I can talk about mental health stuff. I don't care, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like to rather. But physical, I'm like, no more weight loss stuff, no more
Well, you
for a little while, you know.
did your heart attack stuff tonight. It was great. I haven't heard a
Oh,
lot
thanks,
of
man.
that.
Oh, yeah, you haven't. Hey,
No,
because
no.
I think when I did perform it at your other venue, the Grandview, Brad Oakes was running the night because you couldn't be there.
I couldn't, no.
So, yeah, I did the whole pretty much the
And
heart
he's had a
attack.
heart attack. He's got a bit of heart attack.
Actually, yeah, I got one of the nicest compliments from Oaksy. He's like, we both had the same condition. I wrote a minute and you wrote a whole hour. Which is a big, Oaksy's not one to give a lot of compliments. Hey,
No.
So it's huge when it comes from him.
Well, I've got he had a CPAP before I had a CPAP.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I can't believe we haven't talked about CPAPs. I think go left.
I got it here.
Yeah. I got one as well.
Oh, you've got one?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Man, is yours the full mask? Like the
Yeah,
nose and
the
mouth?
full
So
mask,
straight and then
yeah.
left. Yeah. And you, but I keep removing mine in my sleep though.
How long have you had it?
About a month now.
No, well, it takes ages.
Right,
Honestly,
right,
it takes
right.
so long.
But yeah, it's a game changer though, right? Once you get it.
Well, you know what? I never really noticed a difference, but people say
Oh,
it was
really?
a game changer for my wife because I stopped snoring. So she liked
Maybe,
it.
yeah. So that's
But-
still a win, right?
But, I never noticed the difference. But, like, Oaksy said it made him feel a lot better and, blah,
yeah, you feel
blah.
more refreshed on
But
a night.
yeah, you're supposed to. Do you feel more refreshed? Or?
Well, when it's a night that I've managed to keep it on, like when I was in Sri Lanka and stuff, for some reason I guess I was not mentally as stressed out when I'm on holiday, so I was able to kind of just sleep. Whereas here, I find myself more agitated and I'm removing it.
yeah.
You're coming off the back of a gig like this
Yeah.
tonight, and your adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it can be hard. It can be hard.
So,
It
yeah.
becomes a bit like a Pavlov's dog thing that you put on and you fall asleep.
Oh, good.
It's a trigger
Good.
thing.
Yeah,
But then
perfect.
that's hard if you're on a plane. You're like, oh.
But I've got a travel one now, so
Yeah, my brother's got
it's
one
a
of them.
nice small one, and but it's still a little tedious. Like I was trying to sample this mouth guard, which pulls your mouth forward.
Yes.
But it was just hurting my teeth.
Yes. And
And-
also, are you single?
Yes.
It's going to be weird, isn't it? Bringing a girl home and what's
I
that thing on the
know.
side of the bed?
Yeah. Look, to be honest, I'd rather have a better night's sleep than a good route. You know.
Oh, there we go.
Because also you can have sex during the daytime.
Well, this is true. As
Yeah.
I've said, ultimate contraception, the CPAP machine. Bung that on. You're not getting any action.
Mate, thank you so much.
Now,
for-
I'll just do my questions quickly.
Yes,
What
please.
went well tonight?
What went well? I reckon I was pretty happy with the way they took to the heart attack stuff. I
Yeah,
think,
they
you know?
loved it.
Oh, in fact, I should say, funny enough, I hadn't done the heart material in a long time,
Yeah.
and I'm off to Mildura tomorrow to do a show for the Heart Foundation over there.
Oh, that's a good workout.
So that's
then.
kind of like, a good workout. But in the process, because I'd left it sitting for a while, I actually stumbled on a few riffs and punchlines today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I can't remember what they are now.
No, but when
So
you
when
do
I
it,
go,
you're fine.
well, hopefully when I listen back to the recording, that I'll be able to remember going, oh, that's right, that's a new bit that I like
course.
riffed on stage, which is crazy, right? I reckon I would have done this show now 50 or 60 times now. And
Yeah,
it's only
yeah,
like
yeah.
after you've done it so many, all the big festivals, that's when a new punchline shows up.
Yeah,
and,
it's weird, isn't it?
yeah. So that's probably what I reckon
And
went
what
well.
didn't go well?
What didn't go well was the lamb rump. No.
Was it no good? Was it?
It was
Were
fine.
there any organisational hazards get in the way?
No.
Well, I can talk about that. They brought out desserts when
yeah.
I was. Oh my god.
So when Dave went on stage as an MC at the top of the show, within 4 minutes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
started bringing out desserts
For
And
everyone,
For
though.
everyone. So everyone in the crowd, it makes it physically impossible to laugh when you got food in your mouth. It's a
Michael
no-brainer.
Imagine, you just keep going. Nah, mate.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
did
keep
the right
going.
thing. You paused for 10 minutes, and then we went back up,
Oh.
and you were able to riff off the back of it. And then Billy, who did support, smashed it. So
Yeah.
had you not done that, you would have had to power through the desserts, and then Billy
Yeah.
would have struggled at the top. You know. So you did a
know.
great job as an MC. So I reckon that's probably what didn't go well. I suppose.
Yes.
for us overall, but you saved it. So
Well,
thank you.
yeah. How can we do better next time?
How can we do better next time? Yeah, make sure the desserts
No
aren't
dessert. Well, good to see you, Dilruk.
there. You too, my
Um,
friend. And again, very much a weird time for us in comedy.
It
And
is.
It's like more than ever. I think it's just very much willing to say we appreciate people, and thank you so much.
Embrace life.
Mate,
Embrace
thank you
life.
for all the lovely time, all the gigs you've given me, and all of that stuff. as
We've
well,
had
mate.
fun.
We've had some good
fun.
time, and more to come. I don't want to make it
yeah,
seem
yeah,
final.
yeah,
the way
yeah,
we
yeah,
said
it's
it,
not
it's like,
final.
all right, mate, this is it. No, but
Do you
it
know
is.
something that I don't know?
But the truth is, yeah, we don't know if this is it.
No,
so,
we
you know,
don't.
but I've really appreciated
Yeah.
it all.
Yeah.
So thanks, man.
Thank
It's
you,
been fun.
Dilruk.
And Vale
Cal Wilson. Yeah, we loved her. We love you, Cal.
Thank you very much.
Love you.